for coming to hang out with me again today. If you're new here, my name's Jess. Normally on my channel, I do a lot of DIY home decor, but today I have a big haul from Teemu that I'm really excited to share with you. Now, if you haven't heard of Teemu, they're an online retailer that sells everything from home decor to kitchen gadgets. They have craft supplies. They sell jewelry, accessories. They pretty much have everything. And I've really enjoyed looking through their website. They do have a website available for laptop and desktop. You just go to Teemu.com. If you're more a fan of using mobile apps, they do have an app available for Android and iOS, so you can shop on your phone or tablet. Two things I really appreciate about Teemu is that they do offer free shipping and they also have free returns within 90 days. Those are really important to me when I'm shopping online, so I do appreciate that from Teemu. If you are new to Teemu, I do have a discount code that you can use to get 30% off of your first order. It is OFF4242. So if you haven't shopped there before and you place your first order, you'll get an extra 30% off using that discount code. I'm really excited to share all of these products that I got with you. I hope you're excited too. Let's get started. One room in my home that I seem to spend a lot of time in is my kitchen. My husband and I both love to cook and we work untraditional schedules. So at the beginning of the week, we have to meal plan and meal prep for the entire week. So I love shopping for kitchen gadgets to make my meal prep a little bit easier. I have two things that I want to share with you from Teemu. The first is this vegetable chopper. Every week, my husband and I make a big bowl of salad. We cut up a bunch of lettuce and a bunch of different veggies, and we have it ready to go so that if we need a quick lunch or a quick dinner or a small snack, we already have the salad ready to go. And this vegetable chopper comes with a bunch of different blades. You can chop things into different size pieces. It also has little blades that you can stick over the top of it to use as a mandolin slicer, and it does have the finger guard. So if you've never used a mandolin slicer before, or if you have, you know those things can be dangerous to your fingertips. So make sure if you're slicing onions thin or cucumbers or anything like that, use that finger protector so you don't hurt yourself. But this vegetable chopper is going to come in really handy every week when we do our meal prep. Another thing I'm really looking forward to using in my kitchen is this electric food chopper. This is a handheld electric food chopper. It can slice small things up like nuts, garlic, anything that you would need a normal size food processor for. If you only have a small amount, you can use this handheld. It is electronic, so you can recharge it and use it over and over. What I really love to use it for is to chop nuts, because a lot of times when I'm baking something or even doing a small side dish, sometimes you need chopped nuts. And rather than dragging out my big food processor to get those nuts all chopped up, I can throw them in this, give it a little whir, give it a little pulse or two, and all my nuts are nice and chopped up. So this is really handy. It has come in really great for some of the dishes that we've been preparing. I think most homes have a microwave in them, and there's two things I found on Teemu that are great for microwaves. The first one is this angry mama. Look at her angry face. She's so mad. She's mad because your microwave is dirty, and she wants to clean it for you. This thing is really great. There's a line on the back. The top pops off, and it opens up. You fill it up with just water or vinegar and water, plain white vinegar and water. You put it in the microwave for about 7 minutes and let her do her thing. She's going to steam up everything in the microwave, get everything that's in there that's been baked on, loosened up, and then you can just take her out. If you hold her by her little arms here, they're supposed to stay a little cooler. Pull her out of the microwave. Be careful because she's angry and she's been in there. She's getting hot. And then everything that got loosened up inside of your microwave, you can just wipe out with a damp cloth. And you're not using any chemicals, which I always appreciate when I'm cleaning. Now, to prevent some of those messes in your microwave, Teemu has a microwave cover. This has 4 magnets on the top here, and you just slide it into your microwave and magnet it to the top of your microwave. It does have some vent holes here, so it's not going to collect heat. It's going to let the heat kind of, continue to whirl around in your microwave and, let the microwave do what it's supposed to do. But if you're cooking something that's messy, like something with a sauce or a soup, and it might splash up and boil over, this is going to catch most of that. So if the mess gets on here, you can pull this out and wash this with your dishes rather than having to try to scrub out your microwave. So this is a good first step. If your microwave gets dirty, it'll collect on here first. But if it gets all over, then get out your Angry Mama and clean the rest of it. I'm always looking for ways to keep my spices and things that I keep in my cupboard for cooking more organized. Sometimes I tend to just throw things in the cupboard and they kind of get shoved to the back, and then I forget about them and I end up buying a second one because I didn't realize I already had the first one in there. So one thing that I want to try using in my cupboard is a Lazy Susan. They had one of these on Teemu. This is a really pretty green color, and you can see it spins really well. So I can place all of my spices and oils and different condiments and things that I use frequently for cooking in here, and then when I'm standing at the front of my cupboard, I can look and I see what's here, then I give it a spin, I see what's there. That way I'm not losing things. They're not getting pushed to the back of the cupboard. I know where everything is, and it's easy to see what's all in here because I can just give it a spin, and like I said, it spins really easily, so I'm not going to have any trouble with that. And I'm really looking forward to get some of these cupboards organized because some of them aren't looking so good. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the things that we meal prep every week is a giant salad. So when I get home from the grocery store every week, I take out all the produce that I'm going to use for the week, and I like to soak it or rinse it with some water and white vinegar. I have one strainer that I use for all of that, and sometimes it's a pain because some things I like to soak, some things I just need to rinse. So I found this set of colanders and bowls on Teemu, and they all stack together. So you can see there's 3 different sizes here. Here's the smallest one. And you can see the strainer comes apart from the bowl, so it fits perfectly in the bowl. It's meant to be here. So I can add, say, strawberries in here, add my water, add a little vinegar, and let it soak right in here. I just have to lift the basket out, let it drain off. I can take this to the sink, give it a quick rinse, and then dump the water out of the bowl, let this sit back in here to continue draining while I'm working on some other produce. So I really appreciate the fact that this came in a set and they all stack together because that won't take up as much room in my cupboards, which, I already mentioned, they're kind of getting a mess to be a mess. So I appreciate when things are a little more organized. And I do like the fact that this is a set of 3. So there's a small one, there's the medium-sized one, and the large one. So I can soak and rinse a bunch of different produce all at once. If you caught my last Temu haul, you saw that I had ordered a few things that I was going to keep in the kitchen in our camper. And I did decide to get another thing. It's this utensil set. It has 11 different utensils in it, and it comes with a nice crock to keep them all in. I really like this set because all of the utensils are silicone on the top and they have wooden handles, which I think is just such a high-end look. They're really sturdy. They're nice and big. They're a good size. They're all contained in this nice little crock. You can see even if you have it sitting out on the counter, it has a nice look to it. It doesn't make your kitchen look messy. It keeps it nice and clean looking. And I ordered it in black because our camper kitchen, most of the colors in there are black, white, and gray. But you can see at the top of the box here, this set is available in a bunch of different colors. So no matter what your kitchen is, you'll be able to find a color that matches for you. Something that's really important to me throughout the day is getting enough water. I am on my feet all day. I work full-time as a hairdresser, so I like to make sure that I stay hydrated so that I don't have issues with my feet and ankles swelling by the end of the day. One of the things I saw on Teemu that I think is going to really help me get my water is this really pretty water bottle. I love anything that has a gradient or ombre effect, so I love the color of this bottle. And one thing I really appreciate about this bottle bottle is that it kind of motivates you as you're drinking your water. There's different levels on this water bottle, and each time you get to a different level, it has a nice little motivational saying to encourage you to keep drinking your water, which, you know, I appreciate that. And I know it's a small thing, but you got to enjoy the little things in life, and any little thing that's going to help you stay a little bit more hydrated, why not? Moving on from the kitchen, I have a little vanity area in my bedroom where I get ready every day. I do, you know, put makeup on and fix my hair every day. So that area is a little unorganized. It's not too bad, but I know it could be a little bit better. So I was looking for a few things on Teemu to help keep some of my makeup and hair products a little more organized. One of the things I found, this is actually labeled as a pen holder if you wanted to use it on your desk, but I use a lot of makeup that comes in tubes. So I use liquid lipstick, I use eyeliners, eyebrow pencils, mascaras. I have a lot of makeup brushes, and because these sections on this pen holder are nice and deep, I'll be able to slide everything in, and you can see they're divided into different sections. So I'll be able to keep things more organized, and the little spaces on the top here are going to be perfect to set my beauty blenders on. That way they're not being shoved into something, because they do need to dry out every day because I do use them damp. So I'll be able to set my little beauty blenders up here, and then I'll have these little spaces for like I said, my lipsticks, eyebrow pencils, eyeliners, that sort of thing. The other thing that I'm really impressed with is that it is nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. The plastic is nice and stiff, so I won't have to worry about this tipping over or cracking or anything with the products that I'm going to have in it. One thing I do like is that the sides are nice and smooth. So for all of us out there who like to DIY things, I can cut a stencil or a decal out on my Cricut, and I can place that onto the side just to dress it up a little bit more. Another thing I bought for my vanity area are these clear containers. These are the perfect size to hold things like Q-tips, cotton balls, cotton rounds, bobby pins, ponytail holders, whatever you need to store in these. These do come in a set of 4, which I really appreciate because I do need 4 of them. These are another thing that would be easy to DIY. You can cut some kind of decal out if you have a cutting machine, and you could label each one of them. If you don't have a cutting machine, you could just use regular labels and write on them. Or since they are clear, obviously, you're going to see what's inside of them, so they don't need labeled. Another little thing you could do if you wanted to customize these more or to match your decor a little bit better is I would take these lids off and take them outside, maybe give the lid a spray paint of your favorite color. So you could spray paint this like a black, or even like a pretty metallic spray paint would look nice. And then you'd have the clear container with a lid that's your favorite color, which I think is going to look really great on my vanity. It's a little too cold here for me to spray paint now, so I'm going to keep these clear for now, but I think that would be a really great way to customize this and make this fit in with your home decor. I have a few more things from Teemu that I want to share with you that I didn't really have a category to put these in, so these are just a few random things that I picked up. One of the things that I got that I've been seeing all over like TikTok and Instagram are the heatless curling systems, and they did have a set on Teemu. Now, what I really appreciate about this set is that it's less expensive than the name brand ones by far. And it's a complete set. Some of the ones I've seen in like the big box stores, you know what I'm talking about, they don't have all of the pieces that you need to do the heatless curling. So I really like that Teemu has all 4 pieces. It comes with the spongy satin covered curling rod. It has the 2 scrunchies that you need to keep your hair in place at the end of the rod. And then it has the clip that you clip at the top of your hair to keep the rod on. And I like this clip because the teeth lay nice and flat. So once it's clipped into place, those teeth are going to close up on each other and they're not going to poke you in the head. And it does have a slight curve to it, which, you know, kind of flows along the curve of your head. I'm not going to get into a full tutorial on how to use these. You can find those all over the internet, but basically you just lay the curling rod over the top of your head, take sections of your hair, wrap it around each side, and then attach it on the bottom with the scrunchies that it comes with, and then you go to sleep. Now, one tip I do want to give you though is that if you're going to use something like this, your hair has to be almost dry. I mean, just barely damp, because if it's too wet, it's not going to dry overnight, and then those curls aren't going to stay in. When I used it, I thought the curls came out really pretty. They had a nice soft wave to them, and they stayed in pretty well. I don't wash my hair every day, and I would say I got 2 days out of these curls, which is a little bit less than what I get when I use a curling iron on my hair, but I was okay. I was satisfied with it. And anytime you can avoid putting heat on your hair, it's always going to be better for your hair. So anytime I need a break from some of the heating elements that I use on my hair, I know I can rely on this to give me those nice soft waves. Anytime I'm outside or driving in my car, I always have to wear sunglasses if it's too bright out, because I do have sensitive eyes, and sometimes if I'm in too bright of light, it does tend to give me a headache. So in my car, I always keep a few pairs of sunglasses. I tend to not buy expensive sunglasses because they are in my car. I'm always afraid they're going to get scratched. So one of the things I found on Teemu that's going to help if I do have a pair of sunglasses that I don't want to get scratched up is this sunglass visor clip. You can see there's a U-shaped clip part here that just slides right over your sun visor in your car. And then there's a little magnetic tab here that opens up, and you can set the stems of your sunglasses right here in this little piece of elastic, and then flip it back over and the magnet holds it in place. So when it's hanging from your visor like this magnet is good and strong. It's not going to come flying open as you're traveling down the road, and you'll always know where your sunglasses are, because I don't know what your car looks like, but sometimes I can't find things in my car. So it'll be nice to know that I just need to look up and my sunglasses should be right there on the visor. Teemu offers a variety of electronic accessories and different electronic devices. One of the things that I actually don't own are a pair of wireless headphones. So when I was on the Teemu website, I was really impressed that they did sell them, and they're quite inexpensive. Now, the thing that I like about these is they do come in a variety of different colors. There's a few different colors you can pick from, and they do come with the charging cable that you need to charge these up. You pair these wirelessly to whatever device you're using Bluetooth. But if you happen to have a device that does require a headphone jack, it does come with a cord that you can plug into one end of the headphones and then use the jack on whatever device you're using. I think these look really great. They have a nice sleek look to them. They don't look cheap to me. I think they have a high quality look to them, but they're very inexpensive. Now, my husband is very particular about sound quality, whether it's on TV or something he's watching or listening to, like podcasts, you know, different things like that. So I had him pair this set to his phone, and he was giving them a tryout, and he said the sound quality, especially for how inexpensive they are, was really great. So he was quite impressed with these, and they do adjust. You can pull these open so that if you need to adjust them to fit your ears, they have a nice padding here, which is really comfortable on your ears too. So there's a lot of great things about this. And another thing that I would say, if you have a teen, tween, a younger child at home that needs a pair of wireless headphones, this would be the way to go. They're so inexpensive, but the quality is great. So if, you know, you're giving them to someone who's a little bit younger that maybe is not going to be too careful with them, you're not going to be spending a ton of money on these headphones, which I think is great. So yeah, I was super impressed with these. And like I said, my husband's so particular about sound quality, and he thought these were great too. And the last thing I have to show you is sort of a craft supply, sort of a piece of home decor. Take it how you want it. It is this string of greenery, which it doesn't look like much, right? But there's actually fairy lights in there, so the whole thing lights up. Now, what I love about this, it does come in a bunch of different lengths, and it is wired. So if you're using it as home decor, or if you're going to be wrapping it around a wreath, it does have a wire in it, so you can bend it and form it to whatever you need to wrap it around. It has a lot of little twinkly lights in it that are nice and bright. They just really brighten up a space, and I think this would be a great way to jazz up a wreath. You know, if you have a floral wreath that you feel needs something just a little bit extra, you could weave this around the little pieces in the wreath just to give it a pop of light. Now, it is battery operated. So for this string of lights, you do need 3 AA batteries. I always like to tell you if something needs batteries because I don't always keep batteries in the home, which I know I should. So rather than, you know, going around and borrowing batteries out of the remotes, I want you to know that it does take 3 AA batteries so you can power this on. It does have an on and off switch on the battery pack, so you can easily turn the garland on and off, but it does not have a timer. That's the only thing that I do wish it had, was a timer, just to, you know, so I don't forget to turn it off and then I don't go through batteries as fast. But I like the quality. The leaves are really pretty. They have a nice feel to them. And like I said, the lights are nice and bright too. So really impressed with this garland. Thank you again to Teemu for sponsoring this video. And don't forget, if you haven't shopped on Teemu before, if you're new to it, you can use my code OFF4242 to get 30% off of your first order. And thank you again for hanging out with me. I always like chatting with you in the comments. So let me know in the comments which product that I showed you today that you're most intrigued by, and also let me know if you've shopped on Teemu and what are some of the fun things you've got. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.